Lord, Rhonda done got this man jumping in this pool. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? All right, we're back with season 19, episodes 3 and 4. Let's jump right into it. So we see again that we have 4 weddings down. We have 1 to go. Pat and Rhonda are waking up and they had sex. It's clear she didn't want to say it, but just from what she was not saying, they had sex. And I was like, these old people is getting it in. Derek and Meg said they are waiting to have sex, and Jalen and Josh said that they did not have sex, but Josh did bring up the idea of a post-nuptial after having a conversation with his business partner. His business partner, insisted that he do a post-nuptial agreement just to protect the assets, which I think is really smart. I think both of them should have a post-nuptial agreement, even if Jalen ain't got nothing but 2 crumbs together. Like, have some type of agreement in place. I think that is very smart for both parties, actually. So then we get to couple number 5, which is Chad and Belinda. Chad is 54 and Belinda is 47. Remember, this is Jalen's mom. So Jalen and Josh will be at this wedding. Belinda said she was married for 20 years. And of course, she has 3 kids, the twins, which was Jalen and her brother, and then another child. This is Chad's 4th marriage. No, I'm like, no, experts. You thought this was a good idea? Like, somebody who has been married 3 times already, and you said, yes, this is a good idea. Come on, stop playing with us. Then he's a military man. That's the second red flag. Like, those 2 together don't seem like a good candidate for married at first sight. Stop playing. Chad seems very rigid, like he is very much set in his ways. He has a dry sense of humor, very sarcastic, and I was trying to think of who he reminded me of, and it's Kevin from The Office. I was like, that's who he reminds me of. But I feel like Chad is a red flag. Then at some point I don't know if it was the next day or when, but I think the night of Jalen and Josh did not have sex. But then I think it's the wedding night for her mom, they did end up having sex then. Belinda was so pretty in her wedding gown. Like, she looked beautiful. She just seems like a very sweet lady, and I don't want Chad for her. She seemed to be, she wanted a man with a little bit more on him, because she was like, look, I'm a thick woman. I need my man to have some meat on him, right? And I agree, sister. I'm with you. But they seem to like each other. They go through the reception, and now we have all of our couples married and getting ready for the honeymoon, which is going to be in Panama. We see that Chad got Belinda a new diamond for her ring, because I guess the one that the production or the network provided was just a basic one without any diamonds or anything. But I was like, wouldn't you want to wait until decision day? Like, you could buy it, but just giving it to her already, and you don't know if this is going to work. I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird. So again, the couples all meet each other, which we learned that they had met each other 4 days before the wedding, but we see them all getting ready to fly out to Panama. At some point during this episode, in episode 3, Will and Brittany attempted to have sex. I don't know what was happening. I couldn't really understand the problem. Like, did they attempt to have sex and something? I don't know. It's very confused, but something went wrong and there was kind of an argument. I don't know if it was a full-blown argument, but something went wrong. Brittany says she felt Will pulling back, and then she felt rejected. And it's weird because Brittany said this has happened to her before. So I'm like, what is going on? All right, episode 3, we got our last couple married. Let's head on over to episode 4. So it's day 1 of the honeymoon. We see that Pat be talking. Pat don't be listening. He just be talking. And poor Rhonda, she's like, man, what? And we'll see throughout this episode that a lot of the couples are not a lot of the people within these relationships or marriages have an issue with communication or effective communication, and being able to, I don't know if I feel like I'm surprised at the older couples who are experiencing this, because I feel like this is an issue with the younger generations because they've been growing up on the internet and people are not getting that, human in-person interactions as much. So they don't know how to communicate in person, or just, have genuine conversations where you ask questions back and forth when you get to know someone. That is the expectation of how you get to know someone, right? And not be so invested in yourself. So I'm really surprised that we see this issue with Pat. Very surprising, but I love the way that Rhonda communicated that to him. Like, she was communicating effectively. I'm glad that he wasn't, I feel like his ego was a little bit bruised, like he wanted to become a little bit defensive, but overall I think he took it well. But yeah, this is a major theme within these marriages, is the inability to communicate. We also see, like, when Rhonda and Pat are on some excursion, Pat says, "I love you." And I'm like, what is going on? Like, and Rhonda's like, "I love everything about you." I was like, you don't know everything about him. So how can you love everything about him when you don't know everything about him? Then we see on another excursion, Josh got Jalen this big ass rock. And I'm like, first of all, do not drop this rock all the way up these people's stuff. Like, you weigh, be careful. But again, why wouldn't you wait until decision day? Why would you do this right now? I don't think this is a good idea at all. So then we see Will and Brittany, and just in their scenes, Will is mean. He is very mean. He thinks he's the smartest man in the room. He just, that's not how you treat your partner, or someone that I know they just met, but he's not nice. He really isn't. And she's trying to, like, get him to see her point of how she's feeling, but he so thinks he's the smartest man in the room that he's like, "No, you're wrong." And he's just continuing to be a smartass. And then she goes off and walks off, and he's like, "No, I'm not chasing behind her. I'm not doing any of these things." And I'm like, Brittany, it's trying to pack up your kitty, girl, and get up on out of there, because these people done set you up. I want for brown skinned girls to be treated the way that Beyonce said we should be, right? And I feel like constantly these brown skinned girls get on these dating reality shows and they just set up for foolishness. And I know, and I think they said, like, when they're in the searching process, they don't have a lot of, just like in real life, there's not a viable pool of qualified black men that are attracted to black women. So you get fools that sign up for this, and you pair them and you set these black women up. And Pastor Cal, I got a side eye for you, because I feel like you should know better. And I feel like you're just playing for the check at this point, because it's just like, this is obviously not going to work. And you setting this black woman up. Then we see, like, Meg and Derek, again, communication issues, and he's trying to talk with her about it while they're, like, in the ocean, and she's just becoming so defensive. Like, people having a conversation with you and just telling you how they feel about something is not a personal attack on you. It's not an attack. You have to realize and just have that emotional intelligence to realize you're not under attack. Again, I don't think Meg is ready for this. Oh, looking at my notes, I just realized I didn't give a final rating for Chad and Belinda. I'm going to say no for them as well, because no. All right, so that was the end of episodes 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be released this upcoming Wednesday. I see one viable couple, and maybe that's Josh and Jalen. Everybody else, I'm gonna say no. I'm just if they just get one couple, at least they'll be better than this previous season of Love Is Blind, because ain't no couple survive over there, just pure foolishness. Anyway, if you watch episodes 1 through 4 of season 19 of Married at First Sight, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please subscribe if you are not subscribed, and I'll chat with you guys in the next one. Peace.